In 2022, the 2022 World Cup kicks off on Sunday with Team USA playing its first game Monday. But for many soccer fans, this year's tournament comes with a lot of controversy. The host nation, Qatar, faces criticism over its treatment of migrant workers, as well as for its human rights record, including laws criminalizing homosexuality. Yet more than 1 million people are expected to attend the competition in person, and 5 billion will be tuning in worldwide. In his podcast, World Corrupt, Roger Bennett delves into the controversy surrounding the World Cup. The Men in Blazers host is also a co-author of the book Gods of Soccer, the pantheon of the 100 greatest soccer players. Roger, good morning. How you doing?
Oh, Nate, when I'm in the presence of the one true royalty that I respect, Gayle King.
That's what I'm talking about.
Here we are, Roger.
I say that every morning.
We say that about you, Roger.
Now, Roger, World Cups have been held in countries accused of human rights violations before. 1934's Mussolini's Italy comes to mind. But why is this different?
Well, this is like, for American audiences, this is like lifting up March Madness and saying, we're going to play it in Saudi Arabia. It's almost the perfect storm of authoritarian grotesqueness. You have corruption as to why it was awarded there in the first place. In our podcast, a DOJ spokesman, Matthew Miller, who was there when it was awarded to Qatar, called it the most corrupt thing he'd ever seen in his lifetime. And then they added, and I came through in New Jersey politics.
Yes.
You have a country that's not fit for purpose, smaller than Connecticut. This is going to be like the Fire Festival of World Cups, layering all the human rights abuse, women's rights, LGBTQ+ rights abuse, press freedom. And then you have the fact that The Guardian reported 6,500 foreign workers died, making the country ready for our entertainment. This is truly going to be a World Cup soaked in blood.
For a country that's basically the size of Connecticut. I mean, Roger, you're very graphic. You say when Qatar was awarded it, you practically soiled your pants. That's how upset you were. That's how upset you were. You have loved this game since you were a little boy. That, you know, they said the process, you could literally see money changing hands, literally. And so they're awarded this. Why are people supporting it then? Why aren't teams saying, well, we don't want to play in a place like that?
The World Cup has been compared to a global eclipse that hits the entire planet for 30 straight days instantaneously.
So
and
true.
You guys know, Nate, as well as anybody, that sport is just an anaesthetizer. We look at it rationally and we understand there's brazen corruption. But the second the whistle blows and
all is
Lionel
forgiven?
Messi dribbles through 5 defenders, slaps home a kinetic, transcendent rainbow of wonder. We're like, oh, my God. And that is why Qatar wanted the World Cup in the first place. There's a human rights abuse. There's the deaths of the foreign workers. There's geopolitical conflict with Saudi Arabia. And they want to say, we are here. Forget that stuff. Look at Lionel Messi doing the goal thing.
Right.
And it's sports washing. And it's almost using this jewel, which is the spine of my life, and millions of people around the world. The World Cup gives us the biography to our life, and using it for brazen geopolitical purposes.
Are we at a time in our world now, Roger, where this organization will stop awarding this prestigious event to companies like Qatar?
Good question.
You're talking about this organisation, FIFA?
Yeah.
I mean, if you watch Bond movies and you know what Spectre is, it's like saying, will Spectre just of its own accord stop criming? I mean, the reality is FIFA is meant to safeguard football, grow it, but it does its own checks and balances. And it also knows we don't watch sports. I watch sports to be whisked away, to get away from the human darkness. And again, they know that they can pretty well do anything, because when Neymar, when Mbappe, please God, when Christian Pulisic does something wonderful, we're just completely mesmerised. So they get away with, and they continue to go away. The reform of FIFA, ultimately, the only thing that will stop this, because Saudi Arabia is sniffing around the notion of a 2030 World Cup bid, is this being the most strident effect of World Cups, where we both watch the football and marvel it, but watch it in split screen.
And Roger,
as fans and the players make a protest so it doesn't happen again.
Despite, as you say, you are disgusted by it, you said, we'll be watching. That's what I
went to Russia in 2018, and I regret it. Retrospectively, I was doing Putin's bid for propaganda, reporting how great it was in Moscow, in St. Petersburg. I will not be going to Qatar. We're doing a live tour. We're going across America to help Americans make memories. We do. But just like politics, you don't back off when politics gets dark. You marvel and fight. You marvel and fight.
We're going to keep talking during the commercial break. We'll be right back.